Hey everyone, so I'm stressed out because my live stream hasn't been working today and I do my Wednesday live on a Wednesday. So instead it's a slight pre-recorded, so there'll be a slight delay, but you can still comment and I'll still reply to your comments. But this is all going to be about how to cope with stress. Now, I haven't always been great at coping with stress. I used a lot of negative coping mechanisms. I'm, as you know, quite a driven person. And growing up, like when I was studying for exams, I was doing I think I chose to do like 13 GCSEs. And I would literally get up at 6 a.m. in the morning and I'd see it as a good thing to just plow on through until literally I was falling asleep again. And I would just stay there revising, because later in life I actually found out I'm dyslexic and dyspraxic. So that probably explains why I found stuff so hard to take in. But I would literally stress myself out and live off biscuits and just live a really unhealthy lifestyle. Then as I got older, you turn to other things, eating disorders, alcohol it can be sometimes. And there's lots of different things like negative coping mechanisms when it comes to stress. I'm not saying don't do anything negative. I am nowhere near perfect. But what I have learned, and actually I've got more on than I ever have at the moment, personally and professionally, is to use some of my positive coping mechanisms. So as you know, I love exercise. That's something I found later in life. I'm now 31, and exercise massively helps me, because even when I feel like I haven't got time, they're the times where I know I need to make time to do my exercise, just because I know that once I've done it, like my anxiety, everything feels like a lot more manageable. And fair enough, I've probably been exercising a little bit too much at the moment because I have a lot going on. But it really does help to focus my mind. And actually, I wish I could have told my younger self, it'll make your work a lot better. The more I exercise, the better my writing is and the better my work is, because I'm more focused. I work a lot smarter now. So I just work in short bursts because that's what works for me. And I just try and make time to even just go on like a walk on my own if I need to like zone out, or if I need to come up with an idea. So even when I'm writing an article, the top line, the first line is always the hardest. And if you just sit in front of a computer, you feel really stressed. Whereas if I go on a walk, I probably shouldn't write and walk at the same time, but I do. And that really helps just like ease my mind rather than getting stressed that I can't think of what words to put on a computer. Also, I find that I have a lot of time on screens, so making time for screen breaks massively helps as well. But also I have this 50 ways to take a break, and this is great idea. So you can do coffee breaks. I probably do a bit too much coffee breaks. I literally live off a lot of caffeine. That is, I think, my biggest vice at the moment. Take a nap, listen to music, rest with your legs up against the wall, pet a furry creature. I've only got gerbils and they don't really like petting, so that one's not for me. Find a relaxing scent, buy some flowers. Anyone feel free to send me some flowers. Write in a journal, meditate, take deep breaths, climb a tree. I might look slightly odd if I climb a tree without the kids, but never mind, who cares if it de-stresses you. So there's some options anyway. I know for myself, it's just doing things in small chunks and not thinking about everything I have to do. So for me personally, some days I'm wearing a lot of hats. So it depends what hour I'm on with what work I'm doing, whether I'm being a mom, doing the housework, or I'm running one of my businesses, or I'm doing something towards the business, or I'm doing my freelance work. It literally depends what part of the day I'm on. Whereas if I were to kind of analyse my whole day, it would just probably all feel too much because I've got a lot to do. But at the end of the day, I've learned to work smart, not be greedy with work either. So getting other people to do stuff, and kind of employing other people to do the bits that I don't like or the bits that really stress me out. So like the background technical stuff and the admin, I have my lovely business partner who you know, who edits my vlogs, unless they're live like these, Daria. Whereas she'd be stressed out if she had to speak on screen, or she had to do presenting or reporting or even meeting clients and stuff. Whereas I enjoy that. So I think it's finding stuff that you're good at and you're passionate about and looking at your life at what really stresses you out. I think the biggest thing that I find difficult with is personal life. Professional life, I think over the years I've got used to how I work best. So I work hard, but I work so much smarter now that I do less hours, but I get a lot more done these days. But then in personal life, where it's slightly less controllable to manage your workload, because, you know, stuff happens that you're not expecting. And yeah, that happens in work as well, but particularly in personal life. And so that's where I need to learn to manage it better. But what I have found, again, exercise does help with that. Getting out and being active and being busy, having positive people around you, positive focuses, they all help de-stress myself. But I think for me, it's getting outdoors. That's like a massive one, because I'm not very good at like sitting down and meditating or sitting down and doing deep breaths. Whereas I find it a lot easier to be mindful and practice mindfulness when you're walking around and you're looking at things, or you get distracted by looking at, I don't know, at a bird. I mean a bird in an actual like flapping wings bird. I'm not like using a horrid word for women. And yeah, doing things like that. I need to do things, but we are all different. So your de-stresses might be sitting down and taking deep breaths. You might not like to go out. That might stress you out even more, seeing lots of people. I don't actually like to see a lot of people when I'm going on a walk, but as I live in a city, it's a bit tricky. So I do try and dodge people, but that's why I put on my headphones. So then I don't really have to be sociable when I'm feeling really stressed and overwhelmed by everything. But also, whether it's personal or professional, it's prioritizing things and thinking, okay, what do I have to do today, rather than what should, all the different things I should do. So especially when you're like me, if you're freelance or you run your own businesses, and there's always something you can do. It's the same with housework. There's always something else that needs doing. Whereas I should get more stressed about housework. I'm a bit too preoccupied with my like normal work to worry about housework, but never mind. But again, it's just doing little things in small chunks. And I always think it's best to get like your worst thing over with first. So I hate like selling or pitching, but I know that I better do that first, because I love writing, and I love sitting down and writing, or being creative and making films and coming up with creative concepts. But pitching and selling, even just saying that makes me cringe. So I know it's best to do those first. But I'd love to know what your tips are for de-stressing yourself. As you saw the other week, and I'll be publishing that vlog tomorrow, I went to Alpamare Spa, a wellness spa. So I do love a good spa day. I either love being active, like went and did a Tough Mudder, so you literally cannot think about anything else other than getting under this barbed wire and through this horrid ice bath, and just because it totally takes your mind off everything. That helps me. And the same with spa days, because you're totally, your body, mind, soul, everything's immersed in this gorgeous spa experience. That really helps me to switch off, because it's actually hard to do other things or to think about other things. So I think that's why I love being active or doing adventurous things, even if it kind of like means that I'm dangling out of a plane or bungee jumping. That helps de-stress, but that's just me. So I'd love to know what helps you de-stress, and I definitely recommend working smarter, not harder, because life is too short. So if there's stuff that you really don't like doing, if you can, get someone else to do it and spend your time doing the things that you're really good at. And if you've got any tips for the whole personal life situation, being a single mom, managing house, business, finances, all those things. I get stressed over really basic things like changing a light bulb and working out which bulb goes in which hole. Like that kind of ridiculous low-level stuff stresses me out. Whereas give me a big article to write and go in depth and do an investigation or a creative brief, I'm there. But anything practical, no, I am totally useless. So I think we all have different trigger points when it comes to stress. I know a lot of people find, taking kids out and about stressful, whereas I find staying in with the kids stressful. So we're all very different. But I think we can all share certain things in how to manage stress. And I hope that you can join me on my journey to positive coping mechanisms rather than all my old school things that I used to do. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'm sorry it's not live, but it's just a slight delay. So peace, love and shimmies. And I'll see you all tomorrow because I will be showing you my wellness spa day at Alpamare, because I recommend you take yourself on a date day, whether you're married, single, separated, whatever. I really recommend a date day with yourself. Anyway, see you later.